PSO just announced the closure of some campaigns and gameplay mechanics coming, or I should say, leaving PSO2 and bringing in a few little new ones to stand in its place. And today, we are going to go over everything that was posted of the stuff that is being removed from PSO2 as we quickly just go straight into a new Genesis here. Some of the content is actually being cut way sooner than I was originally expecting, and probably most of you was expecting as well. So let's go ahead and cover all that today. But before we hop into it, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, make sure you do like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells, do what you do, and let's jump into this. So all the information is coming from PSO2.com. I will have a link in the description if you want to read over this yourself. So starting off here, we got a little heads up of letting us know some things are changing and leaving PSO2, at least at the time of the launch of New Genesis anyway. As of now, we still don't know that date other than June. So let's go ahead and start off the bad / good news in some way with the end of PSO2 login bonuses. So as stated here, PSO2 bonuses will stop upon the launch of New Genesis. A new login bonus will be available for New Genesis, so we're moving over into that, as well as stated here, the following item we see in New Genesis login bonuses will be Salon free passes, Star Gem, Coral Chain passes, and 4-time platform login bonuses as well. None of that is surprising since that makes sense for New Genesis, but the main thing is, of course, the login bonuses are now officially going away at least sometime next month anyway. And then we have a little bit of a breakdown here of some of the stuff that will be changing and we moving as well. So that part we are going to be keeping our hands on some camos here and some Hap Gape dolls. And of course, this stuff will be for New Genesis. Also, we will keep the window 10, adding a whole bunch of camos and consumable as well with any more Cape dolls. So pretty much the same between them consoles. And the theme version going to keep the theme version of the head crab emote. Just know all the other stuff like the golden freeman and whatnot items will be vanishing, but at least the head crab is staying. And also some more camo and stuff for Epic as well. So sadly, all this stuff will be going away at least for bait PSO2. So if you haven't had a chance to log in and collect the items, make sure you do that before the launch of New Genesis. And then we move into item available from PSO2 ARC missions. So these will be rewards for taking part in the event are officially being changed, and we move here. So as stated here, upon the launch of New Genesis, the reward for completing ARC mission will change, and the amount of following item will increase. So in return, I believe we could get keys and stuff. If I remember right, let me know in the comment if I'm correct about that. But it being removed for just some tri booster and enhance successful weight and augment aid and some Luma grinders as well. As for item received as special presents is, of course, as stated, once again, upon the launch of a New Genesis, the chance of receiving items as a present after completing recommended quest will be increased. So now we're going to be getting our hands on a few more keys here with, of course, Silver, Gold, and Wappy. But the following items will also apply to PSO2 special present, which is the Mazazu. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Silver Key and Gold Key variant will no longer be available for the pool of items that you could get. So sadly, they are officially going away. Well, we're going to keep some of the other keys, which is surprising. And then, of course, the biggest good or bad thing, depending on your outlook for the Flat Find Shop, it will officially be going away. So no longer will the item being changed out every few days and every day for some of the more common stuff. So the Flat Find Shop will be closed, but in return, we will get a brand new shop here with the treasure shop will be added. And the treasure shop can be viewed by speaking with an NPC, and the location will be in the Fate Gate in the gate area. So a brand new NPC will be popping in. More than likely, my guess is going to be probably going to list a lot of the items we have seen over, the last year or so in Flat Find, but now probably not on a timer, hopefully. But nonetheless, the Flat Find shop is closing down, so if you got anything you're interested in, might want to see about grabbing it before we might not able to see the items again. And then we are moving into PSO2 Day. So upon launch of New Genesis, the following changes will apply to PSO2 Day. So 100% fun, 200% abiliance will now change from 100% abiliant to 200. So this is actually a good thing here. Well, drop weight will also increase to 200%, and gathering fever will increase to 100. And of course, Wappies will also will start appearing as a enemy. So we'll start making them a little more common if you're someone who is still trying to get your hands on that Wappy Arc outfit, like somebody here that still have had horrible luck over the last year and haven't got it yet. And then we also are getting a newly added item enhancement aid and augment success rate is also added as well. So as you can tell by so far PSO2 Day, we are pretty much getting a bonus to a lot of stuff, such as enhanced appearance, and a quote for premium user, the reward will be discontinued. So now PSO2 Day, well, before we had the very fourth beginning of the month, was meant for pretty much everybody and non-subscriber. Well, PSO2 Day for the 22nd was always for subscribers of the premium service. That is now going away, and in return, you will no longer get special items from that elite for being a sub anyway. But with that being said, though, not 100% verified here, so no guarantee that it's actually 100% going away, or if PSO2 Day on the 2nd and the 22nd going to end up being roughly about the same. We will have to see. And then, of course, for the days, we also getting it removed, so no longer put one to your bonus login stamp, and Tokyo Go Key will no longer be given out during PSO2 Day as well. So all that stuff is going away. And then the Star Gem, which in the past we have always got a 22 Star Gem for PSO2 Day, but sadly it is being removed from bait PSO2 and moved over into New Genesis. So if you want to get your Star Gem, you're going to have to log into New Genesis for that. And then our final thing here for PSO2 Day, we will be getting a PSO2 Day variant inside of New Genesis, but at the time of that blog post, we don't know when, so we're going to have to wait and see about that one. A little sad to see all that going away, but at least some other stuff is being increased into higher chances of getting, so I guess a little bit of a trade-off there. And then we move into event lobby and a limited time enemy. This, I wouldn't say that much of a change per se, other than, of course, showing off all the holidays that will be happening inside of PSO2 and when you can expect them to happen. So we're not going to be getting anything too fancy beyond the given here of like New Year lobby, White Day, the Sonic birthday stuff. So we are pretty much now going to be on a pretty much simple rotation of all the holiday every single month in the game. If you are interested in special lobbies, now you got an actual timeline for when every single holiday event will be happening and what enemies will be spawning with them. Indeed, will take effect on the 4th of every month for each of the events. And from there, we move into the Origin Quest scheduling, since that have been a very big part of PSO2 here, especially when hunting down the more items. Sadly, though, that is going to be changing. As stated here, upon the launch of New Genesis, there will be no more scheduling Origin Quests inside of PSO2. Now they will be sporadic, so I bet them to probably start popping up hopefully more often, and also probably not be specifically a certain type. So more than likely, we will start walking our way through all the Origin Quests we have had in the game over the last year, now sporadically over the timeline. So sadly, no longer scheduling out of when to hop on to do certain events. But hopefully that means long term, we will start getting more and more Origin Quests as it go, and hopefully give it a chance to get our hands on some items and whatnot from older Origin Quests that have not been a regular thing inside PSO in a while. And also, speaking of the Twisted and Hatred, the new Origin Quest that is in the game right now, that one will stay on schedule for a little bit here before becoming sporadic as well. So make sure you get the schedule and you hop in there and get as many of them done as possible, since there's no guarantee that it will happen, anytime soon, but maybe a little bit more than some others. But be prepared nonetheless for that. And also, if you are expecting to play a PSO and New Genesis at the same time, we do got verification here that there will not be any announcement for NGS Origin Quests inside of PSO2 outside of a certain event. So if you're someone that was hoping to hop into PSO2, get notification, go to New Genesis and do it, just know that's not going to be a thing. And then for a returning player who took a break and came back, we are no longer going to get any reward for any of you guys hopping in. So we have, or I should say, a few items are no longer going to be available as listed here. As far like basic surveys will not be a thing. A recipe of a rarity, a 12 unit will not be available. Returnal player bonuses, as far as Tribe Booster plus 50, as well as an effect that actually give you guys special present for doing recommended quests, for being a returning player. All that is going to go away, and also the display to let people know that you are a return player also will be leaving. So sadly, if you take a break and come back after New Genesis, sadly there won't be any rewards given to you anymore on that one. And for anyone who take advantage of recruiting a friend into PSO2, sadly after New Genesis that as well will be leaving the game. So no longer will you be able to get your hands on any of the blue and white badges. They will officially be gone. But if you still have some in your inventory, you can still use them to get items that are dedicated to it. But sadly, after New Genesis, no more getting any more of them. So if you want to take advantage of getting the items with the blue and white badges, you probably need to get on that now before New Genesis comes out. And who knows if we will have a decent way to get the items, or will these just become items that will be no longer acceptable past a certain point, or as soon as you run out of badges. So get out there, get your friends in, and use them badges probably before they get shut down sometime next month. And then the final thing that is changing here is the court genders inside of PSO2. They will be no longer referred to as male or female anymore, and now they will just be easily type 1 and type 2, which is the stuff we always seen in New Genesis. So this is not so much as a removal, but more so as a renaming to get everything aligned up properly with I get the same naming scheme as New Genesis. So keep that in mind for the future as far as character creation is concerned. So there you have it. A whole bunch of stuff is changing, leaving, or being modified in PSO2. And I am kind of honestly the most curious thing about this, which I guess should say the curious in a good way, is the character change of the flat fine into the treasure shop. I'm super curious to see how that's going to operate. If the whole logging in every day to just see what available the flat fine ain't going away. Hopefully the new system will be better, or hopefully lists a lot more items. We will have to wait and see on that. But that kind of the most sad thing out of it. And a lot of this other stuff, if some of it is good at all, like the bonus billion going up for certain things. It is still a little sad to see that stuff go away, because some of it makes sense. Some of this other stuff is, honestly, I was not expecting for it to leave PSO for at least another year or so. But no, it pretty much going away whenever the launch of a New Genesis ends up being. But we will probably find that out here very soon, since we do got a PSO2 whole lot Japanese dev stream happening on the 25th at, I believe, 6:30 a.m. So I will be live with that about 20-30 minutes beforehand. And we will go over everything we're going to gather from this, since this dev stream will probably be very much focused on release date and the global experience. So make sure you join that for me, and also make sure you go into PSO2 and get all this stuff done before it goes away. And with that, that will go ahead and do it for me. If you are new here, or if you won the mini that haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. So hit the like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bell, do the thumbs up. Feel free to join the fan club below. I would highly appreciate it. And I would say Luna would, but she's gone now. So if you're interested, link in the description for that, as well as this article if you want to read over it yourself. And also, I will be live hopefully that weekend at 3 p.m. Just know if you're watching it when the video came out, I did get my full vaccine earlier today, so he'll hoping for no horrible side effects. And if not, I will be live that weekend at 3 p.m. Central for Weekend Fantasy as I hop more into episode 2 as I'm working my way through all the story content before New Genesis in June. And with that, I will go ahead and see you all in the comments. Welcome to the end, everybody. Thank you all for watching that video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully if you find more video enjoyment over here on the corner of the screen, make sure you check them out. Also, I like to give a big thank you to my Patreons listed below, and a special shout out to Kyle Brower for joining the Tier 4 shout out. So if you want to get your hands on some of this and a whole bunch of awesome stuff, make sure you check it out on patreon.com/Maconn. And with that, see you in the comment for real. Bye.